Well, the first watch that I really had that was like I felt the quality and everything was a Rolex Explorer. My dad bought it for me when we were in one of our travels. So it's very memorable because it's the first like expensive watch, shall we say, that I have. I still have the watch now, and that's the first time I felt, wow, now this is quality, you know. So that was my first one. Was a Rolex Explorer. The Rolex Explorer, I guess, started my watch passion and started looking at other Rolexes.
I do remember the white Explorer that he used to mention earlier. He wore that a lot. I think something that, like quality-wise, or something that was like my first real watch was also well, not an Explorer, but a Submariner. That was one of the first Rolexes that my grandfather bought. He wore that for some time and then passed it on to my dad. And then that was the first watch that when he gave it to me was the first real quality or like real high, not necessarily high, but Swiss-made precision timepiece that I kind of really got to appreciate. So I saw him wear that for a long time, and then I was able to wear that as well.
I got into racing because I had the reason to go into it. He was my reason to go into it because when he was 10 and we bought him a kart, my reason was he needed somebody to practice with. That's how I also got into it. One memorable time was when we both raced Macau. It was an international event, so that was fun. And I guess now, 30 years, we still now ended up racing together, now with the Miatas, and he won and I was in the second place. We both get trophies. So, yeah.
He won the last one, back-to-back wins in his class. So he's still winning today.
Yeah, so the trophies there are both our trophies in the races. There's a lot, but I guess one's important is definitely the Submariner that he has, because that was something my dad wore, something I wore and dove with, went underwater with me, and now it's with him. The watch isn't just the watch, but what the stories that come with it. When my father passed, the watches that what meant to us most was the ones that we bought together, that we chose together. So it doesn't, whether you like it or not, it's the memories that come with the watch that makes it more important than the watch itself.
A lot of his philosophy was find really your passion and let that carry you through your work. So your passion will help you wake up in the morning and do all these things that you need to succeed.
It's a lot of the things that we mechanically build. That's why I guess watches is a fascination, especially mechanical watches, because it's a machine. It's a micro machine, and how they're made, other than built, how they're made is also another thing we're both interested in.
Your emotions. Obviously, when you go to a race, there's a lot of expectation. You want to win, you practice, and you have all these emotions and expectations for that. But I think when we first started racing, I would get really nervous, and he would help me kind of calm down and focus on the race. So I think racing really helped me remember to be present with whatever it is that you're doing, even if you're feeling something else or your emotions are going somewhere else. If you set your mind to doing something at that time, to be able to calm yourself down and focus, put things aside for just a little bit, is one of the big lessons. I think the other one is losing. Obviously, you want to win, you go there, you do all this stuff, but I think he would always tell me in racing, you'll most often lose more than you'll win.
Yeah. And with that focus that he had, he did win the Asian karting. He was an Asian karting champion. I guess what would be important for me is to keep the integrity, because that's what my father and the family always upheld. You know, we say what we do, and when we promise something, we give it. You know, even if it means you lose something, it doesn't matter. You know, my dad said, I'd rather lose money than lose face.
Me personally, I'm very into it because it's something that my father and my grandfather were into. I always remember some key moments with them that whether it was they got something special that they wanted, or you know, they reached a moment in their life that they were able to acquire something. For me, it always, yes, there's this half of it where it looks cool and it's the status symbol, but I always saw it as like a personal marker of where I am. Hopefully, as people learn a little bit more, they'll realize that it's more about the expression and the choice. You can pick so many different watches. There's so many kinds of watches for all different kinds of budgets, but each one of those usually is someone's specific choice. So I feel like it's another way to express yourself, and hopefully they'll kind of catch on. I think for Father's Day, I wanted to acknowledge not just how you've helped me as a dad, but also the example you set for me in the values and how you lead people and how you make sure that you improve the lives of the people around you. But then thank you for all the things that you share with me. Thank you for setting an example. Happy Father's Day.
Love you, boy.